stop. Just stop. If you are a parent sitting in your car in Los Angeles or cooking dinner in a kitchen in Chicago, I need you to listen very carefully to the words you are using when your child asks for a toy, because you might be accidentally sabotaging their entire financial future before they even hit middle school. Today, we are uncovering a truth that most parents in the United States completely ignore until it is far too late. The common phrase, "we can't afford it," is a lie, and it is a dangerous one. When you say those 4 words, you aren't teaching your child about money. You are teaching them about scarcity, anxiety, and a lack of control. You are essentially telling them that money is a mysterious, disappearing ghost that controls your family, rather than a tool that you control. Did you know that in the most financially successful households in cities like New York and Miami, parents do the exact opposite? They don't talk about not having enough. They talk about choices. They reach a level of financial literacy that is nearly 40% higher than the national average, and it all starts before the age of 10. This is the wealth mindset method, and today, I am going to show you the exact science behind why it works and how you can start applying it this afternoon, before you even pick the kids up from school. It is heartbreaking, but over 78% of American parents admit they feel uncomfortable talking about money with their children. Even worse, only 14% of those parents realize that this silence leads to a lifetime of debt, high-interest credit cards, and crippling financial anxiety. In countries like Denmark or Singapore, where financial literacy is integrated into early life, only a tiny fraction of the population struggles with basic budgeting. Yet they achieve some of the highest standards of living on the planet. The difference? They don't treat money as a grown-up secret. They use a proactive engagement model. Think about your own life. Have you ever been in this situation? You're at a grocery store in Houston, and your 7-year-old, let's call him James, sees a sugary cereal or a plastic dinosaur. "Mom, Dad, can I have this? Please!" And you're tired. You're stressed about the mortgage. So you say, "No, James, we can't afford that right now." The result? James doesn't learn about value. He learns that money is a no. He learns that the things he wants are out of reach because of an invisible force. Or maybe it's a situation where your daughter Sarah sees you swipe a credit card at a mall in Atlanta. She sees a piece of plastic bring home a new dress. She doesn't see the work. She doesn't see the trade-off. She just sees magic money. You say, "I'll just put it on the card." And the result is Sarah growing up thinking debt is a natural extension of your wallet. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone. Millions of American families fall into this trap every single day. But here is why it's so destructive. When we use the scarcity speech instead of value talk, 3 things happen. First, we create financial avoidance, where the child grows up too scared to even look at their bank account. Second, we trigger impulse compensation, where they overspend the moment they get their own money because they were always told no as a child. And third, we kill their opportunity recognition. They stop looking for ways to earn because they believe wealth is something you're either born with or you aren't. A 20-year study from a major university found that children who were told, "we can't afford it," repeatedly had a 35% lower credit score in their 30s compared to those who were taught how to allocate money. Between the ages of 5 and 10, that is the golden window. This is when the human brain is like wet cement. and the impressions you leave now will harden for the rest of their lives. This means that every time you dodge a money question, you are missing a biological opportunity to wire their brain for success. If you miss this window, by the time they are 18 and heading off to college, the scarcity belief is already locked in. Changing it later requires years of therapy or a financial crisis to unlearn the bad habits. Think of it like a tree. It's much easier to guide a sapling to grow straight than it is to bend a massive oak tree once it's tilted toward the ground. This doesn't just affect their bank account. It impacts their mental health, their career choices, and even their future marriages. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that money stress is the leading cause of divorce in the U.S., and much of that stress stems from habits learned before the age of 10. Those who do it right, who teach the 4 mindsets, see a 50% reduction in adult financial stress. The difference is staggering. So, what is the secret? In the most successful communities, they use what I call the ESSG Framework. It's based on the behavioral economics theory of hyperbolic discounting, essentially teaching kids how to value future you over present you. It has 4 core principles: earning, saving, spending, and giving. Unlike the old school allowance system, which is basically a participation trophy for existing, the ESSG method focuses on value creation. Instead of saying, "I'll give you $5 for being a good boy," you say, "Here is a list of ways you can contribute to this family's success, and here is the value attached to each." One focuses on entitlement. The other focuses on entrepreneurship. Let's look at the difference in language. Group A says, "Money doesn't grow on trees." The child thinks, "Money is impossible to find." Group B says, "Money is a reward for solving a problem." The child thinks, "If I help people, I will be successful." Do you see the shift? Group A says, "We need to save for a rainy day." The child thinks, "Something bad is going to happen." Group B says, "We save so we have the power to say yes to a great opportunity." The child thinks, "Saving is a superpower." This works because of 3 biological mechanisms. First, dopamine delay. When a child earns money and waits to spend it, they are literally training their prefrontal cortex to resist impulses. Second, the ownership effect. When James buys that dinosaur with his own $5, he takes care of it. He doesn't leave it in the yard to be run over by the lawnmower because he knows exactly how many leaves he had to rake to get it. Third, it creates financial agency. It moves the child from a victim of the economy to a player in the economy. In many successful cultures, financial responsibility is seen as a rite of passage, much like learning to ride a bike. A study by the University of Cambridge found that by age 7, most children have already formed their core money habits. Let that sink in. Age 7. If your child is 8, you are already in the refinement phase. To show you what this looks like, let's take a situation at a toy store. The wrong way. "No, put that back, it's too expensive." The child learns, "I am powerless." The right way. "That Lego set is $40. You have 15 in your spend jar. How could you earn the other 25? Or would you rather look for a set that fits your current budget? The child learns, I have choices and I have a path to get what I want. Or think about a broken screen on an iPad. The wrong way. I can't believe you did that. Now I have to spend $100 to fix it. The child learns, money is a source of conflict and guilt. The right way. The repair costs $100. Let's look at your earn chart. You can work off half of that cost over the next month, and I will cover the other half as a one-time insurance. The child learns, actions have costs, but there is always a way to recover. This is backed by hard science. Dr. David White, a leading child psychologist and author of The Wealthy Child, states that children who participate in household financial decisions, even small ones, develop a sense of self-efficacy that correlates with higher academic performance. This isn't just about pennies. It's about their brain's ability to plan for the future. So, how do we actually do this? You need a checklist, a roadmap. Before you start, you need 3 clear jars. Not a piggy bank where money disappears into a ceramic stomach, but clear jars so they can see the pile growing. That visual feedback is crucial for a child's brain. You also need a mindset shift. Stop thinking of yourself as a provider and start thinking of yourself as a financial coach. The old belief, I need to protect them from the stress of money. The new belief, I need to prepare them for the reality of money. Let's break this down into a 4-week transformation. Week 1, the awareness phase. The goal here is simple. Stop the scarcity talk. Don't even try to teach yet. Just catch yourself before you say, we can't afford it. Instead, say, that's not where we are choosing to put our money this week. Count how many times you talk about money as a problem versus a tool. Most parents find they do it 20 times a day, and that awareness alone will change the vibe in your house. You might feel uncomfortable. James might be confused, but that discomfort is the feeling of a bad habit breaking. Week 2, the value connection. This is where you introduce the earn jar. Forget chores like cleaning their room. They should do that because they live there. Introduce extra value tasks. Raking leaves for a neighbor in Chicago, washing the car in the driveway, organizing the pantry. Use the formula. This task provides X value to the family, so it earns X reward. James starts to see that his effort equals spendable power. A common mistake here is overpaying. Don't give them $20 for 5 minutes of work. Keep it real. Keep it tethered to the actual value. Week 3, the 3-jar system. Now that they are earning, they cannot put it all in one place. Use the 10-10-80 rule. 10% to give, 10% to save, and 80% to spend. When Sarah earns $10, $1 goes to the local animal shelter in Los Angeles, $1 goes to her future bike jar, and $8 are hers to use at the bookstore. This teaches allocation. It teaches that giving is a responsibility, and saving is a prerequisite for spending. Week 4, the independence shift. This is the hardest part for parents. When your child wants to buy a piece of junk, a toy that you know will break in 10 minutes, let them buy it. Seriously, if they have the spend money, let them make the mistake. When it breaks 2 days later, don't say, I told you so. Ask an open-ended question. How do you feel about that purchase now? Was it worth the 3 hours of car washing it took to buy it? Let them feel the buyer's remorse while the stakes are only $5, so they don't have to feel it when the stakes are a $50,000 car loan later in life. Imagine the integration into your daily routine. It's Tuesday morning in Miami. You're at the gas station. Instead of just swiping, you tell Sarah, "We are spending $50 to fill the car so we can go to school and work. This is a need purchase." At dinner, when you talk about your vacation to the Grand Canyon, you show them the vacation jar you've been filling. You show them that the yes to the trip was a no to eating out 3 times a week. Remember, the goal isn't to make them mini accountants. It's to make them confident humans. You are moving them from the scarcity mindset that plagues so many into an abundance and responsibility mindset. Statistics show that kids who master these 4 weeks have a 60% higher chance of starting their own business and are 70% less likely to carry credit card debt in their 20s. You have the tools now. You have the jars, you have the language, and you have the golden window right in front of you. Start today. The very next time they ask for something, don't use the A word. Don't say afford. Ask them, "How can we make that happen?" Or, "Is that a choice we want to make today?" In just a few months, you will see Sarah looking at prices. You will see James calculating his earn tasks, and you will feel a weight lifted off your shoulders as the money stress in your home transforms into money strategy. If you found this deep dive helpful, share it with a parent who is struggling with the target tantrums. I have left a free Earn Chart template in the link below to get you started. Your child's future is literally in your hands, and it starts with the next sentence you speak. I'm Michael, and I will see you in the next episode as we continue to build a brighter, more secure future for the next generation. Good luck out there. You've got this. Bye for now.